Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Skool Gunner. How are you all getting on out there, guys? I hope you're keeping well. How's your Tuesday going? Thank you to everybody for continuing to support on my channel, for your likes, your subscribes, and your comments. I really appreciate it. I'm closing in on monetization. Like I said, I want to thank everybody. Smash my playlist for me if you can, my Also Gunner playlist. I appreciate it. Right, without further ado, let's get straight into it. FIFA and Uefa have suspended Russian clubs and national teams from all tournaments because of what's been going on with Russia and the Ukraine. Let me just read a little bit about that. The Ukraine crisis, FIFA and Uefa suspend all Russian clubs and national teams. There have already been shows of support for Ukraine at football matches since Russia launched its invasion of the country last Thursday. Russian football clubs and national teams have been suspended from all competitions by FIFA and Uefa after the country's invasion of Ukraine. The world and European football governing bodies said they would be banned until further notice. It means the Russian men's team will not play their World Cup playoff matches next month, and the women's team have been banned from this summer's Euro 2022 competition. Spartak Moscow have also been kicked out of the Europa League, and their last 16 opponents, RB Leipzig, will advance to the quarterfinals. UEFA has also ended its sponsorship of the Russian giant Gazprom. Football is fully united here and in full solidarity with all the people affected in Ukraine, FIFA and UEFA said in a joint statement. Pretty crazy when you think about it, guys. Absolute madness what's been going on since last Thursday. Somebody tuning in with his catchphrase, "What's the crack? What's the crack with you, man? You're the one and only person watching. Congratulations. How are you getting on, man? We got the day off work today, luckily, because there's a massive underground strike in London. And if you've ever been to London, man, you know what it's like to get around here when there's no underground. It's a no-brainer. The wife has to work, unfortunately, but I've been spared the misery of trying to get through the city with no underground. I'm not even going to say it. I went out to the supermarket earlier to get some shopping, to get some messages. Nightmare. Enough said. And that's only down the road. You know what I mean? Saying a word about it. Just going to big up your channel, man. Anybody that hasn't already, like his videos, subscribe to the channel, Del Boy Gunner TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you click on the notification bell. He gets notified every time. So you get notified every time he uploads content. Simple as that. All good, mate. I'm Julian on my channel there. Yeah, I'll tune in. I'll watch. I'll pass a couple of comments. What time are you actually going live at? Just let me know what time you're going live at. I'll get a notification anyway on the phone. You know what I mean? I also have the phone nearby. I'll get a notification when you're going on, so I can check. I can tune in, pass a few comments. I think Warren said he's going to go on and pass a few comments and maybe destroy him. I don't know. The Warren was pretty wound up, so you would know what he's going to do. But yeah, 7. Yeah, I'll have a little bit of time. I could probably tune into that and see what's going on. But yeah, I hope you're looking forward to the live stream, and I hope you're enjoying the YouTube experience. All right, let me see. Someone else is online. Dre. How are you getting on, Dre, man? I'm also going to pick up this guy's channel. Anybody that hasn't already, like his videos, subscribe to his channel, Drawn by Dre, and don't forget to click on the notifications bell. Then you get notified every time he uploads content. Comment here for your Del Boy Gunner. Check this out. Is it Julian from AFTV? Yeah, it is. The one and only. Warren's best friend. The man Warren would like to take a baseball bat to. Only joking, guys. But yeah, it's Julian from AFTV. So should be interesting. What do you think about the FIFA and UEFA decision to actually suspend all Russian clubs and national sides from competition? Let me know what you think about that. Yep, Dre, it is Julian from AFTV. The one and only. A guy I don't even know. I don't even know what he looks like. I never even seen him. I never even heard him. I never even watch his podcasts. But I'm going to watch it later because of Del Boy, not because of Julian. No way, he needs to be questioned. Yeah, he needs to be questioned. He was saying, I think, Warren was saying that, Warren was on my stream a few days ago, and Warren was saying that Julian was saying that Mikel Arteta is the best Arsenal manager of all time. So I think that about sums it up. That says everything to me. Unless he's trying to just make a little bit of a name for himself and say no more about it. I see there's a lot of people tuning in right now. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it. Smash my old school Gunner playlist if you can. Let it play. I take my channel to the next level. I'm fighting for every hour at the moment, and I'm pushing on until I collapse. Big up old school. Big up yourself too, man. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. But yeah, at 7 it's on. I'm going to tune in and see what's going on. Tomorrow I've got my fan cam again. I have a die-hard Arsenal fan coming on. I'm going to keep it secret until tomorrow. But you'll see the man himself in action. And we're going to let it all go off. So it's going to be a good one. I'll let you know more about that tomorrow. It had to be done old school. Most people say don't confuse politics with football. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But along the line, like you said, it had to be done. Along the line, the two got completely mixed and they got intertwined. There's no way to stop it now. It doesn't mean everyone in Russia is bad, this, that, and the other, but with the clubs, with the national side, there's definite collusion, corruption, whatever you want to say about it. Going into Ukraine was a real no-brainer, and I used to think Putin was smart, but that was a pure dumb move. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It was just dumb. It's just stupid move on his part, like, because it's created nothing but problems for Russia now. I don't know what they thought they were going to get out of it, and they thought the international community was just going to stand by and do nothing. Like maybe what happened with Chechnya at that time. I remember they took Chechnya and they crushed the Chechen rebels. I don't know. They completely underestimated the reaction of the people. Anyway, you know what I mean. They tried to silence everyone when they wanted to talk about Palestine. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is what it is, man. AFTV, man, and poor Mo. You know what I mean? What about Mo, man? Mo was one of the main reasons for watching AFTV, apart from that Jaybird DT. You know what I mean? DT dropping the soap now as we speak, but he's got plenty of attention. But yeah, it's mad. Let me go back to the story here. Like I said, FIFA and Uefa have suspended all Russian football clubs and national teams from competition after the country's invasion of the Ukraine. FIFA and Uefa intervened after Russia, supported by Belarus, launched a military invasion of neighbouring Ukraine last Thursday. The Russian men's team had been scheduled to face Poland in a World Cup playoff semi-final on 24th of March. That was in Moscow, guys. Russia's football and governing body, the RFU, said it categorically disagreed with the decision and would challenge it in accordance with international sports law. Spartak Moscow called the decision upsetting, tweeting, "We believe that sport, even in the most difficult times, should aim to build bridges and not burn them." FIFA had previously ruled that Russia must complete their upcoming games in neutral territory under the title Football Union of Russia and without their flag and anthem. Jesus, they're going in real hard on the Russians, man. Studs are up on this one, guys. The studs are up on this tackle. They're not holding back. It looks like a broken leg. However, that announcement has drawn criticism, and Scotland and the Republic of Ireland joined several other nations, including England, Northern Ireland, and Wales, as well as Poland, Czech Republic, and Sweden, in refusing to play against Russia. On Monday, Scottish FA President Rod Petrie wrote to his Ukrainian counterpart to send a message of support, friendship, and unity with those two nations due to meet in their World Cup playoff semi-final on 24th of March. The 2022 Champions League final, originally due to be played in St. Petersburg on 28th of May, has been moved to Paris, while numerous clubs have taken their own steps to disassociate themselves from Russia. Geez, the Russians are getting an awful hammering. Man. That was some bonehead move, in fairness. What a bonehead move. Man. Comment by Dre. The big man himself is in, guys. What I don't get about AFTV is that they don't want to talk about politics in their videos. And Robbie got rid of Mo, but in the videos he's releasing, he's talking about pray for Ukraine. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's double standards, man, all the way. And Mo is an absolute gentleman. You know what I mean? Big up Mo, man. Mo is an absolute gentleman from his head to his toe. From his head to his toes, guys. Mo is the real deal. And he's an Arsenal fan, true and true. And in the times when AFTV wasn't popular, he made it entertaining. You know what I mean? Who'll ever forget the classic Chelsea video he did, guys? I mean, Mo is a gentleman. And I'm happy to see that his channel is taking off. I always support it when he uploads. I always pass on messages of support to Mo. He's a top man in my eyes. I have nothing but respect for him. If I saw him on the street there now, I'd take my hat off to him. Big up yourself, Mo, man. He's got more friends than he thinks. Just like poor Claude, man. I was texting Claude just before he passed, and I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form I knew the man, guys, because I didn't. But I texted him, and I told him he had more friends than he thought, you know. And unfortunately, after that, things went downhill for him. But the FTV been screwing people off big time all the time, man. Big up on their success, yeah. I like to see people successful, but you don't treat people like that. Simple as. If there isn't a hypocrite, then I don't know what is. Robbie's a rat. Say no more about it. Hey Alex, how are you getting on, man? Arsenal Alex joining the stream. Guys, if you haven't already, check out Arsenal Alex's channel. Smash the like in his videos. Subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notifications bell. That you can notified every time he uploads content. He's uploading a lot of quality content right now, along with Drawn by Dre, along with Del Boy Gunner. Simple as. But yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Arsenal Alex also has an Instagram handle. It's Arsenal Alex and the number 1. So be sure to check it out. Del Boy Gunner, they should let Ireland take Russia's place in the World Cup because we're mad. Yeah, they should. There's just one thing though. Our team is crap, and they're not good enough to be there. They've actually gotten better though. They've gotten better. They have gotten better. They have improved in the last couple of games. The first 12 months was a no-brainer, but they've improved. They've improved. I have to say that. But Ireland is Ireland. We're always going to struggle. Small country, we're always going to be up against it. You know what I mean? They need a few more Cork players in there. That's what's going on. Drawn by Dre, bigging up Alex. Alex heading off west. Taib coming into the mix. Hey Taib, how you getting on, man? I hope you're keeping well, and I hope your day has been going well. So far, NATO send their mercenaries to attack Ukraine and blame Putin. I don't remember Putin attacking any country. Decide for yourselves. You're entitled to your opinion, Taib, man, like everybody else. You know what I mean? You're entitled to your opinion. Arsenal Alex, cheers, mate. AFTV just follow what is popular on the general consensus. Ukraine is a worthy victim. Yemen, Palestine, Ethiopia, Mali are not seen by general consensus as worthy victims. Selective. Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head there, my friend. That is the way it seems to me too. Double standards. That's what I call it. You know what I mean? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So, as we say, big up Alex and Taib. Big up Del Boy. Big up Sentiment. Yeah, nice to see you guys sharing the love. Support each other's channels, those that have channels. Support everyone else's channels. Like and subscribe and support that to the last. Keep it going. Let me read a little bit more about the Ukraine crisis. Good vibes, man. Good vibes. You know what I mean? Life is short. See what's going on. I'm glad I'm at home anyway today because this whole underground strike on the underground on the tube in London, man, just even going down the road to the shop was a nightmare. I mind say actually getting out of where I live and heading into London. Oh man, no brainer. Right. BBC Sport editor Dan Rowan. This is the strongest move yet taken by the international football community. Russia is rapidly being reduced to the status of international sporting pariah. Of course, this comes after FIFA was accused of not going far enough on Sunday, instead allowing Russia to continue playing as RFU with a ban on its flag and anthem. The IOC heaped pressure on football by recommending that all sports enforce a total ban on Russia and Belarus. This will undeniably prompt other sports to follow football's lead. There will also be those who say that the IOC could have gone further and say that this is a decision we are commanding all sports to ban Russian athletes. Whether they thought they had grounds to do so legally is another matter. Some will point to the Sochi 2014 Games and World Cup 2018 that Putin's Russia was able to host and ask if this is all too late. That's interesting. It's definitely interesting. There's a lot going on. Good vibes. We are the rats. Old school. They are cucarachas. Cockroaches. Yeah, cucaracha. I saw a lot of cucarachas when I was in Venezuela last year for 6 months. And they were climbing all over me when I was in bed. My God. Well, that's not entirely true. Just one of them landed on me in the night and was climbing up my back. But he looked like Putin. Is Julian ready for a battering? Laugh out loud. Old school. You should check out Julian. I don't think you'd like him. You'd be surprised now, Del Boy. I'm not gonna, paint myself to be something I'm not. But I don't like a lot of people. I have a wife. She calms me down when we're out in public. But I don't like a lot of people. You know what I mean? I'm cool around her. We hold hands. I'm content with my life. But I don't like a lot of people, man. I mean, I'm not going to say no more about it. I probably wouldn't like him. It is what it is. From Cork, man, we got a chip on our shoulder the size of, you know what I mean? We got a serious chip on our shoulder, man. Anyway, I probably wouldn't like him, but I hope your stream goes well. And I'm going to tune in and I'm going to say things. I'll tune in. I'll write a couple of comments. I'll say things positive. And I'll support this. I'm not going to be causing any problems when I tune in. You know what I mean? I'll give my opinion. I'll write a couple of messages, this, that, and the other. But I hope it goes well for you. And I wish you all the best for your channel. And we can do another collab soon. And yeah, it's great to see your channel doing well. As with Drawn by Dre, as with Arsenal Alex. For me, Dre and Alex, they were there at the protests in London. The Kroenke protests, the Arteta out protests. They were there when it mattered and they supported the club. These two men, they can always count on my support because when the club needed them, even though it couldn't make a difference at the end of the day, they did everything they could and they supported the club through thick and thin. And they weren't doing it they weren't doing it to be famous. They weren't doing it for the publicity. They were doing it because they care about Arsenal Football Club. And it's as simple as that. So Dre and Alex, take a bow, guys. Big up yourselves. You know what I mean? If you ever need any help with anything, you let me know. I'll be there for you. Because they were there for the club when the club needed them. When the fans needed them. They'll buy going on TV. Cheers, pal. Barry Larry, it's about to get controversial. It will. Dave, you want to add Delboy to our WhatsApp group? I don't know, because 2 people have left because you chased them off, Taib. So I don't know, does he like that kind of thing being put on the WhatsApp group, you know? Guys being hit on the balls with baseball bats and stuff. I don't know, is Delboy into that? So I don't know. We'll see. I think we leave it the way it is for now because I don't want him being chased off as well. I watched 2 or 3 of his vids, infuriating to say the least. He puts, Warren is in the house, man. But anyway, let me go for sentiment first. I watched 2 or 3 of his vids, infuriating to say the least. In my opinion, he puts it on for the camera. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. He's just trying to hype things up. He's like a hype man. You know what I mean? He's like a hype man. That's a good comment. Warren's team talk. I can't wait until tonight. I think he's going to tear. He's going to tear Julian a new one. I think Delboy is going to have to put on Delboy. If you've got any old like war helmets or anything, or maybe like a bulletproof vest, I'd put it on because it's going to get dangerous. You know what I mean? I'd get down behind the bunker and hide. That's a bit of a bad analogy because what's going on now over in Ukraine. But anyway, no harm intended. Warren can't wait until tonight. Yeah, he's going to tear Julian a new one. Taib to Warren. Warren, hello, mate. It's been a while. You know what I mean? It's been a while. Warren left the WhatsApp group. So now, Taib, you can talk to him. All right. Warren at Del Boy Gunner TV. I hope you are well. He's doing fantastic. The luck of the Irish. Look at his channel. Like, it's flowing. You know what I mean? His channel is flowing like the Liffey through Dublin. You know what I mean? Warren is bigging up Taib. Nice to see everybody included here. 5:30 is a good time to stream, man. I'm surprised. Let's just let that flow. But yeah, I'm doing a live stream tomorrow, and I have a special guest, and I'm not going to say who it is until tomorrow. I'm going to rattle up the tension and the anticipation, but you'll see tomorrow who's coming on. His first time on my fan cam, and he's going to let it all go off. He's an old school gunner like myself. He knows football, so you see what's happening. It's going to be interesting. Let's keep going. Just a second. Let me do something here. Just in the old school gunner studio, you know. The old school gunner studio. That's what I call this little hovel I'm in. This little hovel that I'm in, I call it my old school gunner studio. You got to admire the humour of the Irish. All right, Taib. Come back, Warren. He'll never come back. Laugh out loud, hype man. I haven't heard that phrase for ages. Since B-Boys was a thing. Yeah, like before Tupac, God rest his soul, years and years and years ago, I'm the old school gunner, right? Tupac was the hype man for Digital Underground, for DU. He used to dance for them, like the Humpty Dance. That was Tupac. He was the hype man for them before he made it on his own, you know what I mean? Before he got recognition. By Gunner TV, hi Warren. If you haven't subscribed to each other's channels, guys, do. And turn on the notifications bell and support each other. You know what I mean? Warren's Team Talk, Del Boy Gunner TV. I hope that you got your anti-Bono filter on your internet tonight, mate. Uh-oh. Del Boy Gunner TV is laughing. Yeah, it sounds like you're going to be drumming up a little bit of controversy. But who else is going on with you? It's just you and Julian from AFTV, or is there going to be other people? Because I'm tuning anyway, and I'm going to read a couple of comments. I'm going to see what's going on. I've never seen Julian, so yeah, it's sparking my interest. A lot of people talking about him. We'll see tonight. Is he a man or a mouse? You know what I mean? But if he is just hyping things up, you know, he might step on a few toes, and Warren is not a man to be taken lightly. You know what I mean? Warren back in the day, man, he's not a man to be taken lightly, right, Warren? Mike Tyson or Lennox Lewis? Del Boy has been out birding. Yeah, Del Boy's been out birding. You know what I mean? That's what he calls it, birding. Mike Tyson or Lennox Lewis? Lennox Lewis was a great boxer. Mike Tyson was an animal. Probably the greatest heavyweight of all time. But Tyson had his problems later on, mentally, and he wasn't at it. But the Tyson that came on the scene and was tearing it up for those years and was undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, he's the greatest boxer of all time for me. I mean, until he got, like I said, he had these mental health problems. He wasn't putting in the time in training. He wasn't looking after himself. I know this sounds like a cliche, but that's what it was like. But when he was on form and when he was going for it, Mike Tyson was unstoppable. He's just an animal. Ask Frank Bruno. He beat the stuffing out of him every time he fought him. It's just those 5 or 6 seconds, man, when he gets down and he uses the thigh and the hip, and he would get all the power in it when he was coming up. Like, he just ducked down and he'd come up very compact with the uppercut. It's just animal, man. Animal. Just insane. The guy, I mean, Tyson was just an animal. But like I said, when he had a good trainer, when he was training, I read his book actually, Iron Mike. When he was training, when he was fighting, untouchable, man, when he had his head in the game. Iron Mike, all day long. Barry Laurie, we do have to consider Julian compared to Arteta to a young Ferguson. No comment. No comment. Was that the young Ferguson before he was successful and before he won anything? Ryan City go. Pray for Ukraine. Iron Mike was an absolute shark. Big up Warren, all good. So Ryan City go. This guy, if you don't know him, guys, obviously, as it looks like, he's a fan of Manchester United. Sorry. Damn it, why did I say that? He's a fan of Manchester City, the Citizens. Ryan is a Manchester City fan. Die hard. The best club in Manchester. There's only one club in Manchester, Manchester City. Ryan is a fan of them. If you can, guys, like his videos and subscribe to his channel. But I got a question for you, Ryan. Things are heating up at the top of the table. Do you still think Manchester City are going to win the Premier League now? When you consider what Liverpool have done, do you still think they're going to win the league? Let me know. I don't know, man. It's getting close up there. It's getting tight. The win they got the last day out, City, was absolutely vital. You know what I mean? Barry Larry. He compared him to Alex Ferguson's first years at Man United. But the difference is he's never going to make the jump from what Ferguson was at the beginning to what he became. He's not capable of that, in my opinion. And I hate to see the players at the club that have a lot of talent going to waste under Arteta. That's what galls me the most about it. That's what annoys me the most about it. They could be doing so much better with a real manager, and he's not a real manager. You'd have to feel sorry for the likes of Smith Rowe, the likes of Saka, the likes of Martinelli, and the older players like Lacazette, and guys like Ramsdale. You know what I mean? And the back four, the defence, Tierney, Tomiyasu, Gabriel. I mean, we have a lot of potential and we have a lot of good players with a real manager. I mean, a proper coach. The team could go far. Ryan City go. We haven't won the Premier League title yet, but I think West Ham give Liverpool a great game. Yeah, it's going to be tight, man. It's going to be tight. Liverpool are bang on form. They're on a rampage. Klopp has got the bit between his teeth. Diego Jota is firing Liverpool, and Virgil van Dijk is back, and he's an animal. Van Dijk is like making a bit of a difference now for them. He locks the back four down. He's very solid. He's competent on the ball. He's neat in the passing. He's good at man marking. He's good on the ground. He's good in the air. And now when he's getting the ball, it's like when they won the league and the Champions League. When he gets the ball, he's striding out with the ball at his feet. There's three players hanging off him, and they can't stop him. He doesn't just tackle and play the ball into the midfield. He comes forward with it. And he's a big guy. He's a real handful. So when Van Dijk is playing like that, he's pushing Liverpool forward at every opportunity. And it's one ball up to Jota, he's in. I mean, he's quick. Salah's in the mix. Sadio Mane is in the mix. And they're dangerous players. Barry Larry Julian would probably argue Arteta won those league titles at City and Pep was his con man. Yeah, Pep was making the tea and Arteta was winning the titles. Exactly. But that's not how I see it. What do you think of this decision, guys, by FIFA and Uefa to suspend all Russian clubs and national teams? Let me know what you think about that decision. Like, they went and they said that they were going to change the Champions League final city. They changed it from St. Petersburg to Paris. Then they were doing little bans here and there. But then they went out and they went the full way because they were criticised for not doing enough. My country, Ireland, we said we weren't going to play against them. Poland did, Scotland did, England did, Northern Ireland, everybody was against it. Now they've come out and banned them all completely. Yeah. Crazy move. I can't remember anything ever like this in sport, but there you go. It is necessary in my opinion because what I've been seeing on the news has just been ugly. You know what I mean? My wife doesn't watch any of that. She doesn't want to know about it really. Not because she doesn't care. She just doesn't want to be seeing that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because it's awful. Anyway, Manchester City faced Peterborough in the FA Cup 5th round. It was in the round of 16. It was at the quarterfinals. Yeah, that's good. I saw that. Let me check BBC Sport. Let me check this out. It's the fifth round tonight. Tonight is the fifth round of the FA Cup, Ryan. Yeah, Peterborough taking on City, Palace hosting Stoke, and Borough are hosting the Spurs. So we'll have to see how that goes on. But yeah, from Senate FC, can you believe Konate? We could have had him the year before LFC, but now we got Ben like as fuck. Barry Lowry, do you think World War III could be happening? I'm not talking about the one with Del Boy and Julian. Geez, for our sake, I hope not. I'm over here living in London now. Of course, I'm an Irishman. I honestly don't think they'd be that foolish. I mean, as soon as the United States gets involved, it's pretty much game, set, and match, if you ask me anyway. Because if they get involved with their military power, Russia's Russia, but they won't stand up to that. They would be annihilated, in my opinion. Regardless of how many nukes Russia has, they don't want to get the USA drawn into it. Because if the USA get into things, just the sheer amount of people and money that they have and the level of their military, it's only going to end one way. You know what I mean? In my opinion, the United States is a monster, so they don't want to get them involved. Trust me, that would be the end of Russia, man. They wouldn't have a hope. America's military spending is just off the chain. You know what I mean? And they're well up for it. They're up for scrap all the time. I found it's the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, which is good. Okay. I know I'd rather have spent 50 million on Ben. Yeah, me too. I agree with you. But Ben White has done okay, but Gabriel has been the man. I've been impressed with Tommy Yasu when he's played. I think he's done good. Tierney is his natural, is his self. He hasn't probably hit the heights as before, but Tierney is is a good defender. But for me, like people are saying about what's the guy's name? The guy that we made number 10, the England player. Man, my memory's gone to bits. Not Saka, Smith Rowe. People saying Emile Smith Rowe, our player of the season. Yeah, he has a good shout. But for me, Ramsdale has been immense. His first season at the club, he's put Burnt Leno completely in his shadow. Leno, I don't think will ever get a shot again unless we play him in the Carabao Cup, small games like that. Ramsdale is head and shoulders, light years ahead of Burnt Leno. That's what it is. Barry Larry telling Ryan he thinks the game is going to be on ITV. You can check that out. Ryan City goal. Barry, yeah, it's on ITV. I'll be watching the Peterborough v Manchester City game. Come on, City. And this guy's a real fan. He really, really, really likes to support Manchester City, which is cool. I can dig it. Let me just go back to the Ukraine crisis and see what else they were saying. The IOC says it's urging sport governing bodies to ban Russia and Belarusian athletes in order to protect the integrity of global sports competitions. Excuse me. And for the safety of all the participants. Adding that the current war in the Ukraine puts the Olympic movement in a dilemma. It said there has been a breach of the Olympic truce by those countries' governments. While athletes from Russia and Belarus would be able to participate in sports events, many athletes from Ukraine are prevented from doing so because of the attack on their country. That's a true point. That is a very good point. And a lot of them are actually choosing to stay and fight. You know what I mean? They're manning up. Many boxers. The International Paralympic Committee is to meet on Wednesday to discuss Russia with the Winter Paralympics set to start 2 days later. The world is behind Ukraine. They're not alone. The British Paralympic Committee has called on Russians and Belarusians to be kicked out of the Games. The British Olympic Association, along with the National Olympic Committee of Germany, has demanded the immediate exclusion of Russia and Belarus from international sport. The IOC said in their recommendations that whenever it is possible to ban them from competing for organizational or legal reasons, such athletes should not compete under the name Russia or Belarus, should be classed as neutrals. Not crazy. Of course, the Formula One has also been cancelled. That was due to take place on the 25th of September. That has been cancelled. There's been a lot of stuff being cancelled. They're really getting nailed. Ryan City go. I really feel bad for the Ukraine people. They don't deserve a war. Yeah, of course they don't. They have their own country. You know what I mean? They have their own democratic country. They have their own system. I mean, for someone just to come across the border and to shell your city, to attack it militarily, that is in no way, shape, or form correct, man. I agree with you. The Russian Formula One Grand Prix has been cancelled. Sports governing body, the FIA, will meet on Tuesday to discuss matters relating to the ongoing crisis in Ukraine. World Rugby has suspended Russia and Belarus from international and cross-border competition until further notice. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of heat coming on them. On Friday, it was announced by Rugby Europe that all fixtures on Russian soil will be suspended and moved endorsed by the world governing body. However, the Russian women's team played away in Spain on Saturday in the Rugby Championship without their flag and national anthem. There's a lot going on there. A lot of information about it. It is what it is. All Ukrainian sportsmen are signing up for the fight now. They're not alone and they know it. Ryan said, I hate Putin. He chose to attack Ukraine, which is very bad, and Putin was very brave to say that. Russia people are happy with Putin and they feel ashamed to be Russian. Yeah, I think that's fair to say too. It's not like he represents everybody in the whole country. There are a lot of people that feel bad about what's happening. They feel ashamed. There's no doubt about that. But they have to go along with it. They can't kind of go against it. You know what I mean? They have no say at the end of the day. But yeah, it is what it is. Tough times all around, guys. Tough times all around. But now Russia are feeling the pinch in every way, shape, or form, and that is only a positive thing. From ice hockey, it's just madness. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. But what do you think about Arsenal's chances for top four? What do you think, Ryan? Are Arsenal going to make top four? I know you're a Man City fan, but let me know what you think about that. Can we actually do it? Tell by Gunner TV, hit them likes, people. I'll make sure to get that comment in myself. Put that comment in myself later when you're streaming. It's got a funny message there from Warren. Thanks for that, Warren. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support, Del by Gunner TV. Ryan City go. I think Arsenal will get top four. They've got 3 games in hand from Manchester United by 1 point. Yeah, that's true. Ryan City go. I don't know if you know Del by Gunner TV's channel. And I don't know Del by Gunner TV. You know Ryan City go. But head out there and support each other, guys. Subscribe to each other's channels and turn on the notification bells. Ryan City go, like you see, he tunes in a lot. Just like Del Boy. Just like Del Boy Gunner TV, Ryan City go, he tunes in a lot of people's live streams. He's very active, commenting on things. He shows an interest, just like Del Boy Gunner TV. 2 of you guys, if you haven't already, you should support each other's channels. I could see it working well. You know what I mean? Build like a link, build a connection there. It's only positive at the end of the day. It's only one way to go, guys. It's only a good move. Let me see about the Ukraine again. Yeah. It is what it is, though, guys. But yeah, Ryan, you think that you subscribed to him already? That's good. I thought that. I wasn't sure, but I thought that. But that's good. Are you going to be watching his live stream tonight? He has a live stream with Julian from AFTV. I know you're going to be watching the match anyway. City playing in the FA Cup 5th round. But maybe you could tune into some of his live stream too. I'm going to be tuning in just to see what this Julian character, what he actually has to say, what he's got in his locker, and what he thinks about things. Definitely is going to be interesting. There's no doubt about that. Just a second there, guys. I need to drain the weasel, and then I'll be back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Had to go to the little boy's room. I had to drain the weasel. Alright. Another comment in there from Sentiment. I think this chess, in my opinion, Ukraine and current president are in bed with USA, as former Ukraine president was Putin's mate and the base bombed was an American base. That was probably spying. You know how he was in Russia. Or when did he go? Yeah, I will watch Del Boy's live stream. Del Boy, what are you actually going to be covering in your live stream? Plug it now, man, for people they can tune in. I'm going to be tuning in anyway, like I said. Warren is going to be. I'm sure Taib. I'm sure Ryan. Ryan said he's going to tune in. But what are you actually going to be covering? What's on the agenda? What are you going to be talking about? Arsenal, of course, they're pushed for top four. Obviously, Mikel Arteta is going to come into the mix. The whole Aubameyang situation, I mean, that's done and dusted now. But he had a terrible time at Arsenal in the end. As soon as he went to Barcelona, he had a new lease of life. He was like a completely different player, and he's been flying, you know. So we've been in a tough situation ourselves. He went off to Barcelona, and there you have it. I mean, it's the form he's had, the way he's playing. I mean, what happened to him in Arsenal that he couldn't do that? Arteta, I mean, is Arteta responsible for Aubameyang's loss of form? He has to be. I mean, the buck stops with him at the end of the day. It's just terrible losing Aubameyang like that because he's a player I liked. We lost him, we lost Guendouzi, we lost Herrera, we lost Saliba. Warren's team talk. What's on the agenda? A public online execution of Julian. Ouch. Warren's going to really go for it. Warren's going to have a rant. It's going to be worth the... I don't know, should you actually bring Warren on? But that would probably really throw the cat amongst the pigeons. I mean, that could get messy on your channel, Del Boy. It could really get out of hand. You know what I mean? And the last thing you want is controversy to boost your channel. Controversy, man. Gossip. People love it. I was thinking of renaming my channel to Old School Gossip. That's what my wife calls it, Old School Gossip, not Old School Gunner. Because whenever I hit like a gossip story, it just flies. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. Warren's team talk. Joanne's going to be tuning in. Oh, no. That's going to be messy. I can see it. Things are going to get heated. It's going to get crazy. Barry Larry, Warren is dangerous. Yeah, he is. Definitely. I bring him on my live stream not because he spices things up. And I like the spicy humor. You know what I mean? I do like the spicy humor. But yeah, it's going to be interesting with Waza, as he likes to be known, the Warrenator. He's going to be in the mix, and it's going to be interesting. All right. I gained a subscriber. That's good. Now all I need are watch hours. Shout out to all you guys. I know you're doing it, Warren, so that's cool, and I know Joanna's supporting. But if you can play my old school gunner playlist, just put it playing on a device, or when you're live streaming later, Del Boy, just play my channel, man, in the background. Don't have to be watching it. Just pump up my watch hours for me. I appreciate it. Warren's team talk, I'm just going to put him on the spot and he won't be able to cope with it because he's 100% fake. Man. Warren. What are we going to do with you, man? Jesus, menace to society. Yeah, the Warrenator. You know what I mean? That's what I call him. Warren the Warrenator. He's like the Terminator, like the Warrenator. Jesus, I'm just going to put him on the spot and he won't be able to cope with it because he's 100% fake. Remind me never to get on the wrong side of Warren. Because I want to live stream and then he's going to come on picking on me. Trying to get a reaction. Oh, man. Warrenator, that is brilliant. How was the petition, Warren? Warren, how's the petition going? Warren's team talk. Come on, guys, hit the like button and subscribe. Big up to my man, Daniel G. He's in the mix. He's tuning in and he's watching my live stream. Welcome along, man. How are you getting on? What is the whole thing with what is the consensus in Croatia, man? With what's going on in the Ukraine, with this Russian aggression, this invasion of the Ukraine, this unwarranted invasion. And what do you think about FIFA and Uefa suspending all clubs and Russian national sides from competition? It's crazy what's been going on. I mean, the reaction has been just off the chain. Big up to my man, Daniel G. Welcome along, man. Thanks for tuning in. Great to have you along. Warren's team talk. Is it true, mate? He ain't got a clue. It's true, mate. He ain't got a clue. Well, I'm going to watch that now later at 7 because that is going to be entertaining. I mean, no doubt about it. That is going to be very, very entertaining. I'm looking forward to it actually now. It's after getting me in the mood. It's after firing me up and I'll be tuning in. And I'm enthusiastic and I can't wait to see what happens and what exactly goes on and what is said and what isn't said. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to that now. Because I've never actually seen the guy. All this talk about him now. I mean, maybe he's trying to make a name for himself, or does he actually believe what he's saying? But Warren is going to tear bits out of him. That's the word on the street. Del Boy's probably going to be mediator. I don't know how that's going to work out. But a bloody nose could turn into a technical knockout or a knockout. Warren's team talk. Barry, it's not going well, but I think it only has about 10 signatures, I think. Old school, you should do an Arsenal rebuild on FIFA career mode. I actually don't have the game, and I don't have a PlayStation or anything. When I get that set up, and when I get the game, and when I get a PlayStation, yeah, I could do that. No problem, yeah. That would be a good idea, yeah. Why not? Something entertaining. I mean, people like that. It's of interest. Why not exactly? Right, I think I'm going to crack on to the hour mark here with the stream. And then I'm going to knock it on the head, but we'll see how it goes. But like I said, guys, to reiterate, in reaction to the Ukraine crisis, to the invasion of the Ukraine by Russia, FIFA and UEFA have decided to suspend all Russian clubs and national teams from competition with immediate effect. Football is standing together. There have been shows of support for Ukraine at football matches since Russia launched its invasion of the country last Thursday. Russian football clubs and national teams have been suspended from all competitions by FIFA and UEFA after the country's invasion of the Ukraine. The world and European football governing bodies said it would be banned until further notice. It means that Russia's men's team will not play their World Cup playoff matches next month, and the women's team have been banned from this summer's Euro 2022 competition. Spartak Moscow have also been kicked out of the Europa League, and their last 16 opponents, RB Leipzig, will advance to the quarterfinals. Uefa has also ended its sponsorship with Russian energy giant Gazprom. Football is fully united here and in full solidarity with all the people affected in Ukraine, FIFA and Uefa said in a joint statement. Both presidents hope that the situation in Ukraine will improve significantly and rapidly so that football can again be a vector for unity and peace amongst people. 500,000 people are fleeing now, guys. For some reason, Abramovich has been brought in to have talks with the Ukraine like a mediator. All of the football shows are showing support for Ukraine. Ukraine Zinchenko set to play for Man City in Cup. Of course, they're playing the FA Cup tomorrow tonight. FIFA and UEFA intervened after Russia, supported by Belarus, launched a military invasion of neighbouring Ukraine last Thursday. The Russian men's team had been scheduled to face Poland in a World Cup playoff semi-final on 24th of March. Russia's football governing body, the RFU, said it categorically disagreed with the decision and would challenge it in accordance with international sports law. Spartak Moscow called the decision upsetting, tweeting, "We believe that sport, even in the most difficult times, should aim to build bridges and not burn them." FIFA had previously ruled that Russia must complete their upcoming games in neutral territory under the title Football Union of Russia and without their flag and anthem. However, that announcement had drawn criticism, and Scotland and the Republic of Ireland joined several other nations, including England and Northern Ireland and Wales, as well as Poland, the Czech Republic, and Sweden, in refusing to play against Russia. Crazy times, guys. I mean, this is really, man. Don't worry, you are the Warrenator after all. Warren is the Warrenator. Yeah, exactly. Barry, it's going well. He's the Warrenator. You know what I mean? Waza. He's going to go in out tonight and he's going to rip Julian a new one on Del Boy Gunner's channel. So yeah, Del Boy is going live, guys, at 7. He has Julian from AFTV on his live stream. So it's going to be interesting. I imagine there's going to be a lot of people watching. It's going to create a bit of publicity for Del Boy. Warren's going to put Julian. He's going to put him. He's going to have him under the cosh. All right, Warren. You're going to do the business, man. You're going to speak your mind. And you're going to be saying what Arsenal fans thinking. Don't hold back anyway, Warren. Make sure you go all out. You know what I mean? That's what the fans want to see. Want to see you tearing him the new one. Just a second, I'm just going to plug in the old my pacemaker. That's a joke. Probably not a funny one. There we go. Alright, how things looking? They're progressing nicely. Alright, but yeah, guys, simple as. Other comment coming in from Sentiment C. Well, they are cutting Russia further out of the EU and global trades, in my opinion. This is over resources, gas, oil. Yeah, that's agreed. That's what started the whole thing in the first place. It was the resources that started it. They moved straight into Chernobyl, I saw at the very start. And they were looking there. I'm sure there's maybe a lot of uranium and plutonium still at that site that they think they can mine, that they think they can extract. That's all I could think they would want to go there for. Is like the raw materials that they could get. You know what I mean? Just the raw materials. So we'll have to see. But yeah, it's been a tough time since Thursday for Ukraine. How they're holding on this long in stacking an onslaught, I don't know. But now the world is suddenly awake. Germany is sending anti-tank weapons. Normally the Germans don't get involved in this kind of thing, yeah. But when they see what's going on, they've been sending over anti-tank weapons. Germany, of course, the strongest country in the EU, with the best economy. So, of course, they have money, they have infrastructure, they have these factories. Well, Skool, have you got a collection of old Arsenal kits? I would, but they are expensive. I have a couple, not kits, but jerseys. I have a couple of jerseys, but I actually have them in storage here in London. Because when I left London last year to go to South America for 6 months, I took out some storage, self-storage units, and I put some of the stuff I have in storage. But I have this, I have the 2 red ones. One I got in the US in 2019 is probably my favorite. I bought at Pele Sports in Florida. when I was in the US in 2019. But I have a lot of other ones too. But to be honest, I got rid of a couple too. Maybe I should have given them to charity or something. Or send them a SE Warren. We can all do for now is keep posting, promote the petition. Stop the rot. Yeah, it's like that. But interesting live stream coming up tonight. What is going to happen with this football situation, and will Arsenal get top 4? I think they have a very good chance, but I think we'd have a better chance if Aubameyang had stayed at the club. And why didn't we replace Aubameyang? I mean, that to me doesn't make any sense whatsoever. We let Aubameyang go to Barcelona, and we didn't replace him. Why didn't we replace him at the club? If we had him, we'd have a much better chance of getting top 4 with his goals, with the way he's playing right now for Barcelona. Why wasn't he doing that for Arsenal? Mikel Arteta's to blame for all that. The buck stops with him. We lost Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Okay, the team is doing all right. We're getting results, but we'd be much stronger with him. You know what I mean? When he was settled, when he felt like he was trusted, when things were going well, he'd do the business for the team. So I don't know. That's how I see things anyway. I just feel that it was a mistake letting him go. Simple as. That's how I feel about things. A real mistake letting him go. Ryan City going with a comment. Peterborough and Man City lineups are nearly out. 6:15. Yeah, enjoy the match, man. Enjoy the match and tune into Del Boy Gunners channel and see what's going on. Have a look and see what's happening when Julian from AFTV comes on. It's going to be interesting. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, let's see what goes on and check it out. Yeah, it's going to be controversial. There's no doubt about that. I'm going to knock this on the head now, guys, in like 2 minutes roughly. Because it's coming up to the hour mark, and I'm going to see what's going on. I'm going to get back watching a bit of Netflix, and I'm going to tune into the other live streams. I see Warren did a live stream earlier. I'm going to check it out, comment on that, and support the other YouTubers out there. That's the name of the game. Let me tune in here and see. Alright, so I was just checking Warren's sentiment FC. Well, if the rest of the EU can tank the Russian GDP, energy prices will go down. Right, City go. What are you going to watch? Me myself, I'm going to watch. I can't watch any of the football because I don't have BT Sports or anything like that. But unfortunately, I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch that live stream later, and I want to see what Warren does. I'll be hoping all the best for Manchester City they can get through. Ryan, have you got any old City tops from your glory days? Comment there for you, Ryan City go from Barry Larry. Warren Team Talk. Thanks a lot, OSG Top Man. You're welcome. No problem. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap up this live stream. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Warren from Warren's Team Talk, Ryan City Go, Barry Larry, Sentiment FC, Daniel G. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Del Boy Gunner TV. I'll be watching your live stream later. Arsenal Alex, of course. Thank you for tuning in. Taib, thank you for tuning in, my friend. Yeah, and the first, and Drawn by Dre. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thank you very much to everybody for tuning in. I'll be seeing you, Warren, in the comments when you're commenting on the live stream at 7 p.m. Del Boy Gunner is going live with one of the guys, Julian from AFTV. So be sure to check that out. Like this video for me. Subscribe to my channel, Old Skool, if you haven't already. And if you can, guys, I know Warren is doing it already, play my Old Skool Gunner playlist for me. I'll put my watch hours. I'd appreciate it. If you can, play my playlist, my Old Skool Gunner playlist. Help me bump up some watch hours. I need them badly. Take it easy, guys. See you later. Come on, you Gunners. Peace.